Let's talk about your first year in the National Football League, Blake. Like,
Let's do it.
what'd you take from it? What was your takeaway?
Yeah, for me, it was a great learning experience, right? Great team, great culture. I love the LA Rams, and it was a great year for me. Just learning, playing special teams, and then going and making plays when I was put in, and just doing whatever I could to be on the field and help the team win. Obviously, week 17, we sat some of our starters, and that was a time for me to really go out there and do my thing. And then I just, had an injury where, I broke my arm. But, so everything happens for a reason, but it allowed me to reflect, on the year, obviously coming off from superstar status at Michigan and then, just working my way up within the roster and getting playing time. But, I learned a lot from it. I'm thankful for it, and I'm super excited for year two. I think the sky's the limit this year.
What's the difference between the NFL and the Big Ten, Blake? And you're not just any Big Tenner either. I mean, you played
Yeah.
a ton. You had volume. You had volume and production. You had it all, and certainly for a national champion as well. But you come to the NFL and you're sitting behind Kyron Williams, who's a star in his own right, who also doesn't come
Hmm.
off the field. I mean, he's a three-down guy.
Yeah, he is.
So what did you learn that's the difference between Big Ten and the NFL that might give us a better prism for a bunch of other guys going into their rookie seasons from their big man on campus status this year, Blake?
Yeah, I mean, the biggest difference for me, right? Big Ten, you have great players on each and every team, and I feel like in the NFL, every player, every position is great, and that's why less than 1% make it. Um, And then, for me, running outside zone, mid zone out in Michigan, I was running duo, I was running downhill, shoulder square. I could go each and every way I wanted. But just how smart each and every player is in the NFL is ridiculous. You can tell they watch a lot of film. You can tell their IQ for the game is really high. Um, and so, as a rookie coming into the NFL, I would just say put your head down, work, stay in the playbook, watch a lot of film, ask questions, ask vets, how do they go about their day? How do they rehab their body? But I would say for me, that was the biggest difference, just how smart they are. And literally everyone on the field is a baller.
Well, other than coaching a Los Angeles team in the same stadium with a similar color scheme, are there any similarities between Sean McVay and Jim Harbaugh, Blake?
There definitely are similarities. And I would say one of the similarities is how consistent they are, right? You can tell they both just love the game of football. And, obviously I got that from Coach Harbaugh at Michigan, but Coach McVay, he just loves the game and he's the same person each and every day. He's going to come in, just happy to be there, happy to be around his guys, be around his players. He's going to give you his best each and every day. And it's something you can respect and, a coach that you want to play for because you can tell he gives it his all. He's in there early in the morning. He's in there, late at night, just putting the work in, trying to put the team in the best situation that we can be in. And so, I love Coach McVay. He's one heck of a coach. His memory is ridiculous. Like he remembers plays from probably from when he was with Washington. But no, he's great.
You've seen that? You've seen that in person? That supposed
Oh,
that memory that few humans on the planet have. You got a good
yeah,
example of that,
no,
Blake?
100%. Just any time in offensive meetings, right? We'll pull up a clip from that might have happened 5 years ago, a similar route, similar scheme, and he'll ask, one of the receivers that has been there for a while, "Hey, do you remember what this route was called, or do you remember what game it was?" And if the receiver doesn't know it, because he's right there, he knows exactly the game, exactly what play, he knows what drive it probably was. His memory is one of a kind, I tell you that.
Mm. And you've been around, obviously, again, a championship team in college. Does it feel that way in the Rams building right now? I mean, certainly based off of what happened last year and how
Yeah,
the team's grown apparently stronger. You got Devontae Adams in the house, with all due respect to Cooper Cup.
he's a dog.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
know. So, do you get a sense in your building?
100%. 100%. You get a sense as soon as you walk in the building. You just know, man, it was a great off season. OTAs was phenomenal. It was just us in there grinding, man. And you could tell we were just having really a lot of fun with it. And but you could definitely sense like this team is, really strong, really good. We have great leaders, and we're ready to make a run. Obviously reporting the camp tomorrow, and we're going to be ready to put the work in. But this team definitely has a sense of we're going to go far. We're going to go a long way.
You had a chat with Devontae Adams yet? You ever in any conversations with him, Blake?
Just some one-on-ones. He likes talking a little bit of golf.
Oh.
He's a golfer, but just from watching him from afar, not even having deep conversations with him, you can just tell why he's been one of the best in the league, why he's going to be a Hall of Famer, and why he's still playing at a high level. Just the way he goes about his day, the way he practices, man, his releases, they're one of a kind. He's amazing, man. I'm super excited just to see him in action this year.
Catch the Rich Eisen Show live weekdays from 12 to 3 p.m. Eastern on Roku Sports Channel in the U.S.